Hello, 2021 Shoremen Football team. This is Coach Mr. Giomini, whatever it is you call me. I'm sure some of you call me some other choice words when I'm not around, but that's all good. Just build my skin thicker, and I'm sure I know I've been called many things because it's been said to my face. Anyways, not the point of the video. What I want to talk about today, found a nice video actually on YouTube. 3 life lessons from Joe Rogan. Maybe some of you are familiar who Joe Rogan is. He is a UFC commentator for fights. He also has his own podcast. Just an interesting outlook on life. And this video, I thought, could kind of put things into perspective for us in 3 facets of our life. Obviously, addressing this as a football team, so athletics. But you can't have athletics if you don't have the academics. And those two don't work together if you don't have that the people skills, if you will, to be able to function and relate and connect with the people around you. Without further ado, let's take a look at some of the 3 life lessons. Lesson number 1, live your life like you are the hero in your movie. And I found this one interesting. What he's kind of telling us is, hey, every day you wake up, you're in your own movie. And you're the hero, or you could be the villain. Obviously, you want to be that hero. But you're the main character, and everything else it's part of that day are just the subplots and the climax and the rising action, the falling action of that day. And what he says to do is, what you need to do first is write down what you want to accomplish. Now, I wouldn't think about writing something down every single day because that becomes just a checklist. But think about some overarching or some big goals that you have, whether it's, again, towards your academic life, towards your athletic life, or towards your personal life. And maybe have one goal for each of those. For me, for my personal life, it's like, hey, I need to work on maybe not offending students, as I've done in the past, and I probably continue to do. So I need to work on that piece of my personal life, which ties into my professional life as well. As far as an athletic piece, maybe for you, it's, hey, I want to be a varsity starter next year, which is great. That's a great goal. But then you got to think about, well, what am I doing to make this goal a reality? For academics, it's, hey, I want to get a 3.5 GPA for my entire sophomore or junior year. Okay, it's a great goal. Now, what are you doing to make that goal a reality? What are the little steps that you're following and building upon to make that reality? Or maybe it's your ACT score. All right? And you need to go after this from the moment you wake up to the time you go to sleep. So whatever those goals are, understand when you wake up, read those goals. That's going to give you a frame of reference, going to put those blinders on so you're not blocked by any peripheral stuff. You're just focused on those goals and taking those mini steps. So every goal has a little mini goals underneath it. What are you doing that day to make those bigger goals get closer to being accomplished, being achieved? Now, a couple things. The movie has started right now, and you are deciding not to be a loser. And I love this. So your movie's playing right now in live time. What are you doing to make sure that you don't end up as a loser at the end of your movie? And again, going back to those mini goals. Every day looking at the big goals, and every night reflecting on those big goals, and every night saying, hey, did I do enough things to get me closer to that ultimate goal? Did I do enough things to earn that 3.6 GPA for the quarter? Did I do enough things that day to get me closer to being a varsity starter next season? And then finally, and I like this, that's that idea of living with the blinders on. Don't concern yourself with what others possess or have accomplished. Sometimes we become jealous of others. And what we do in that jealousy, we start to try to pull that person down, as opposed to just ignoring that person because they are not a concern of ours. We are concerned with ourselves. As I tell my daughter, the person you have to answer to the most is yourself. Don't invest a bunch of time in other people's lives. Invest in your life, because that's what's going to be the greatest return on investment, investing in yourself. Control what you can control. I can't control what that other person's doing, what they have. So I'm not going to waste energy on that. I'm going to control what's in my own little bubble, if you want to use that word. I guess it's appropriate for this time of our lifetime right now. But control what's inside of your reach, what's inside of your realm. Don't worry about the other things. It means nothing to you. Control you. Control your actions. Control your interactions with others. Control your effort in the classroom, in the weight room. Those are the variables you can manipulate. That's what you need to worry about. And I like this quote here at the bottom. It's not what you say to everyone else that determines your life. It's what you whisper to yourself that has the greatest power. It's not that I brag about this or talk about that to others. It's what I'm saying to myself when I'm alone or when I'm reflecting at night. Those are the most impactful words that I can use on a day-to-day basis. All right, number 2, stop seeking comfort. I don't want things to come easy. If something comes easy, it wasn't worth the fight. I can go down to Erie View right now or Westview or one of the views and go beat a bunch of third graders in dodgeball. Wow, am I going to brag about that? Absolutely not. We need to start looking for goals that aren't achieved in 1 minute or 1 day or 1 week. Look for those things that you have to continue to wake up for and suffer and go through the grind in order to accomplish them. The more I have to suffer and grind, the better I feel when I accomplish something. There's always a great sense of reward if I have studied for a test for multiple nights and I take that test and all of a sudden I get that grade back, it's in a B+, A-, A. That's rewarding as opposed to taking some very easy test that, heck, maybe I haven't copied or maybe I plagiarized a paper and just copied and pasted and submitted. There's no reward in that. The only reward is, I got something over on the teacher, which is really, what does that prove? Nothing. You're not any better of a person or a scholar if you are to do that. Same thing could be said in the weight room. Yeah, can I bench 135 50 times? Maybe. Did I really get stronger that day? No. But if I do 135, put on 2.5s on each side. Do 140, put on 5s on each side. Do 145. I'm slowly building to, I want to be able to bench 225 for 10, 15 reps. I want to slowly build. I want to go through that pain, that growth, and even those failures in order to accomplish something greater. We need to seek lessons, difficult tasks, and accomplishments worth achieving. And I've kind of hit on all those previously. This is what I like. You can pretend that you are something else, but inside you know the truth. We can pretend to be some big tough guy, but inside we know we're afraid. We can put out this bravado, this image of who we want people to think we are, but inside I know who I am. And if I'm lying to myself, that's the worst person to lie to. All right? Be the person who you want to be both inside and outside. But it's important to be that person on the inside. And then finally, and this is great because it ties in with the whole idea of team and you guys being a team together. Here in January, in February, in March, in April, and May. In life, we need camaraderie. We need friendship. We need love, family, struggle, and we need that ability to test ourselves. This can all be found as you walk through the hallways of the high school, as you are in the weight room, as you're in the classroom, as you're texting each other, hey, I'm in the weight room, where are you? As you're driving to your buddy's house because they haven't answered the phone yet, you knock on the door and one of their parents answer, hey, can I go get Johnny? Yeah, he's sleeping in his bed. Perfect. And you tap on his shoulder or maybe just yank him out by his foot. But that's where it is. That's where you build that camaraderie. That's where you build that together of that love, that family, that togetherness that you need in order to achieve during a season. You can't have a bunch of all-stars who don't talk to each other. You need to build each other up. You also sometimes need to hold each other accountable. That's how the struggle becomes not only for you, but that struggle becomes across the team, and it's easier to get through a struggle when you have others going through that same struggle who are there to support you. Finally, the last one. 90% of success is just showing up. By showing up, you are demonstrating discipline. By setting that alarm for whatever time it is and not hitting that snooze, that's discipline. There's some success right there. I didn't hit snooze for 5 minutes and then snooze again for 5 minutes. So now I'm already 10 minutes behind schedule of what I wanted to get accomplished. Once you get to where you need, your motivation will put you through. Once you have that discipline to show up to the weight room, to show up to class, to show up to a study group, to watch an extra video on Khan Academy or whatever you're doing, just being there, that's that 90%. Now we just follow through and get that little motivation that once we're there, hey, I'm already here, let's just get it done. And by just getting it done, I am just getting a little bit better every single time. No one wants to work, but embrace the fact that you are willing to do what others won't. Love this line. I want to do what others think are crazy. I want to do what others think, yeah, you're a fool. I want to do the things that others don't do because that creates that separation between me and them. And now, in a team aspect, I need to get a bunch of people to buy into that idea. It's not great if just one person's doing this on the team and nobody else is. I need to bring some of my teammates along. I need to get them to see that, hey, I'm a little crazy because I want to do this because nobody else is doing it. I want to go out on the field in the middle of February and run 8 intervals when it's 30 degrees out. I want to go in that weight room the day after Christmas Day just so I can get a little bit bigger, just so I can get a little ahead of that kid from every other team in the SWC who's not doing that. We need to overcome that internal resistance. There's a part of us, and all of us, who say, hey, don't do this. You worked out hard yesterday. You kind of worked out so hard yesterday, you don't need to work out today. No. Don't buy into that. That's that resistance to want to get better. That's that resistance of looking for that level of comfort. It's easy to be comfortable. It takes a little bit of crazy, a little bit of tough mentality to get that hardness within you. Take pride in knowing that you accomplished something when you could have done nothing. When you lay down in that bed at night and you revisit those big goals that you have, you should be taking comfort in acknowledging those positive steps you made in the right direction to achieving that big goal. If it's not happening, you need to readjust, reflect, and think about what am I doing tomorrow to make this a reality. Any day that passes by that you haven't taken a step forward, no matter how small it is, towards your overarching goal, is a day you have to reflect on and reevaluate what needs to be done tomorrow in order to make tomorrow a better day than it was today. And finally, you can't have a $1 million dream on a minimum wage work ethic. And in saying that, I can't rely on the successes I had in 7th and 8th grade to carry me through to varsity football. Just because I was a world beater in 7th grade doesn't mean I'm a world beater in my senior year or my junior year or my sophomore year. Nobody cares about what you did in the past. It's what you did today. What are you doing with the present moment in order to become that world beater? All right, Godspeed. I'm looking forward to next year, but you need to get after it today if you want to be successful next year.